Hello, friend, and today we're talking about freedom in God's design for boundaries. So welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Tuesday Brew with Ann, where we explore all things relationship with Jesus and with each other. So get ready. This is a very personal chat. This is a very personal chat about boundaries and what I was keeping others from. And then learning more about what I was doing that helped me, it helped to set me free and have better boundaries. And it actually released me from guilt too. So do you feel anxiety at the thought of setting boundaries? And are you constantly giving and forgetting to take care of yourself? Like I know so many women are. So why do I feel guilty when I make boundaries? Well, we're going to uncover the truth today about God's design for boundaries. I want to say to you, you are not alone. I am a recovering people pleaser, and I discovered that I was people pleasing because it helped me. Let me tell you more about that in a minute. My name is Ann Visser. I'm a coach, speaker, and trainer with For Better Forever. I am passionate about helping Christian women to rediscover their voice, set healthy boundaries, and confidently express themselves, all while honoring their Christian values and their beliefs. The women that I work with, they've already put in a lot of personal work. Many have worked with a counselor, but they feel like that part of the journey is now complete. And now they're hungry for more. They want to explore, what does God have for them? He has new possibilities, new opportunities, and they want to explore that. Now, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the For Better Forever's Tuesday Brew with Ann. This is my weekly journal. Take a second and introduce yourselves in the comments below. I love to hear from you. I love to meet new people. If you're back again, I am so glad that you're back. Thanks for joining me again. I want to connect with you. Say hello in the comments below. Send this video out. Make it viral so that others can receive hope and encouragement too. Today, we're diving into a powerful topic that can truly transform your life. We're talking about God's design for boundaries, finding freedom in limits. I am a recovering people pleaser, and I discovered that my people pleasing, I was doing it because it helped me. People pleasing was first and foremost about me trying to keep the peace, trying to make other people happy because I was uncomfortable. I discovered I was uncomfortable with other people's difficult emotions like sadness or pain, and I didn't want to be the one that caused the pain. So I was people pleasing, but what I discovered was how selfish that was. Pain is not an indicator. I didn't know this, but pain is not an indicator that something is wrong. Let me say that again. Pain is not an indicator that something is wrong. And in fact, pain can be a very good indicator that God is doing something great and very deep in the person's life. We change our behavior when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of changing. That's a quote by Henry Cloud. So consequences give us the pain that actually motivates us to change. In fact, consequences help us to know something's wrong. And in fact, we might not even know that something is wrong without the pain. So by people pleasing, I was getting in the way. I was interrupting the Spirit's work and keeping others from that deep work that God was trying to do in their lives. I was like intercepting God's work. It is a painful thing to look in the mirror and to see your own heart, to see how your words and your actions are hurting the people around you. I know. It is so important to check our hearts so that we are not overfunctioning, so that we are not crossing into other people's boundaries, so that we're staying in our own lane, so that we're not holding other people's emotions as if they were our own. And then by doing that, we are getting in God's way. That is exactly what we do when we do not set healthy boundaries, when we do not live within our own limits. If you find yourself with poor boundaries, it's the exact opposite of freedom for you and for your people. People pleasing is a form of control. And in my case, I was trying to control someone else's emotions. You could see how ridiculous that is, right? But I was trying to control someone else's emotions because I'm uncomfortable with those emotions. No more. No more. I'm learning a new way. That is so sinful. And I'm learning a new way. You know, here's the thing. God is the one in control. If we are his, we relinquish that control to him. And we need to get comfortable with other people's difficult emotions, other people's pain, and not wear them as if they are our own. Boundaries are God's way of helping to protect us and our well-being while honoring God's values. So think of boundaries like that fence around your beautiful garden. They keep the good in and they keep the harm out. And even Jesus set boundaries. He often withdrew to a solitary place to pray and to be alone with the Father. I believe it's Luke 5:16 that talks about Jesus taking time alone. And if Jesus needed time to recharge, you and I do too. You and I do too. So setting boundaries allows us to say yes to what truly matters and no to what drains us. There's a verse in the Bible that says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows out from it. That's from Proverbs 4:23. So guarding our hearts, it means setting limits that protect our emotional and spiritual well-being. Setting limits on myself so that I stay in my own lane and not bear the brunt of other people's emotional well-being. You heard that, right? Setting limits on myself. So how do we do that? I want to give you this mindset shift today. If you are used to carrying other people's emotions, you need to lay that down. You need to lay that down, and you need to lay that person down in front of the cross. You need to get comfortable with other people's pain, because then you can see clear. You can know better how to pray for them. You can have you can help them so much better, whether it's your friend or your daughter, your parent. You can then step aside and allow God to do his work in their lives, and you stay in your own lane. So hear what I'm not saying. I am not saying be cold-hearted. I am not saying don't care about the other person. No, absolutely not. We are called to love. We are called to be compassionate people. But I am saying, even in this, we can overfunction, and that needs to stop. So here are 2 practical steps. Number 1, prioritize your soul care, not in a religious way, but schedule some regular time to sit with Papa, to do some listening prayer. This helps you to stay grounded. It helps you to stay connected to Papa. And it also gives him opportunity to talk to you about your heart. Prioritize your soul care. And number 2, seek support. I think it's so important to reach out to trusted friends, to trusted mentors, to coaches, to your coach for guidance and for encouragement, to keep your heart in the place that God wants it to be, him first. By setting healthy boundaries with ourselves, we find freedom. We find freedom to grow, freedom to serve, and freedom to love even more deeply, because you have the energy to love where he's calling you. So he is God. We are not. It's all about letting God lead. We follow. Let me close with this quote. We must not confuse the command to love with a disease to please. Setting boundaries is essential to ensuring we can give of ourselves freely without resentment. That's by Lisa TerKeurst. This is where we find freedom. This is where we find freedom from guilt and resentment and anxiety, and make room for his work in other people's lives. So let's embrace this journey together. So blessings to you, dear sisters and brothers. Remember, boundaries are God's gift to us. Let's use them wisely. My name is Ann Visser. I'm a coach, speaker, and trainer with For Better Forever. Thanks for joining me. Take care and God bless. Bye for now.